it's Nicola.
Hi, Lauren here. So today we're here to chat about managing stress and anxiety. So it's something we all experience day to day in various degrees. A little bit of stress is good for you, however, of course, too much is not ideal. So we've got 5 steps we're going to go through to help you manage stress and anxiety. And the first one is to plan ahead. So essentially work out what's important for you and work out what tasks need to be completed today and actually need to be, because sometimes you can just move to the next day, the next week where applicable. You also want to incorporate things that bring you joy throughout the day. You don't want to just have an endless to-do list and everything to do, but planning is definitely a great option when it comes to managing stress.
For example, there's lots to do, but sometimes you need to prioritize what really needs the matter of urgency first, and then work the list down. Again, you don't have to do everything in one day. You could do bits of it. So for example, the other day I wanted to do some cleaning, but I didn't clean the whole flat. I thought what I wanted to do the most was vacuuming and cleaning the bathroom. So that's what I did, and that still was good. I got part of it done, not everything, but I still felt like I accomplished something.
That's it, and taking that step there is better than nothing. So don't feel like it has to be an all or nothing thing. Like Nicola said, break it down into smaller tasks. So that cleaning the house is such a big one, because you can make it into this massive task that all needs to be done in the same day. It's going to take you a long amount of time, but sometimes the dirtiest thing might just be 2 rooms and 2 tasks, so that can make such a big difference.
Yeah.
So the next point we've got is tidy space, tidy mind.
Yes, so me and Laura were just discussing this earlier, and we both actually did the same thing. I think just about a month ago, I don't know, I had a messy drawer, and there was obviously a lot going on in my head as well. And what I thought was, I'm gonna give this a tidy, and it actually naturally helps me to feel like I'm decluttering my mind as well as I'm tidying and organising my drawers. And I believe you did the same as well with your wardrobe.
That's it, yeah. Because let's be honest, we all have spaces where you might like to have some washing to do and you might not want to throw it away. No, not throw it away. You might not want to put it away, sorry. So you just kind of throw it in the wardrobe and be like, I'll deal with that later, but you don't. And then every time you go into your wardrobe, which of course our drawers is every day, so you're reminded by that mess.
I know.
So it's just about taking manageable steps and decluttering. Again, it's same with cleaning the house. You don't need to make it a massive task. For example, I've got some kitchen cupboards that could do with the declutter. So when decluttering, just declutter spaces. Maybe it's spaces you have to look at every day, and just start small. And it's also the concept of tidy as you go. So I don't know why I did this, but I used to be like, right, you need to do an 8-hour house clean once a day on your 2 days off, and you have to do it for 1 whole day. And it wasn't necessary, just do it as you go. Just, you know what I mean? Now I don't spend 8 hours on one of my days of cleaning. I just maintain it. Like, I'll do the dishes as I'm using them. I have like a little handheld vacuum, because to be honest, I hate getting hot and sweaty doing that vacuum.
I use the same thing actually. I use a mini vacuum to vacuum my hairs on the floorboards. So that means it's mostly maintaining the little dust and dirt and the hairs that really just annoy me every time I see it.
Exactly, so it's just making it more manageable, and you'll notice a difference in yourself. When you've got a tidy space, your mind is instantly decluttered. After you've done a clean, whether it's a big clean or little clean, you feel instantly relaxed.
Yeah.
You feel like you can focus more. It might also help you conquer that to-do list a bit more, because you'll have a clearer state of mind to handle that.
Yeah, I feel like it clears up your energy as well. Yeah, so I associate with cluttered space with a cluttered mind and energy. And to be fair, I'm not very good at this. I do need to tidy up some of my desk space, so this is a good reminder. As on my to-do list.
Exactly. And it's one of those things that's probably not urgent, so Nicola can
I think that's it. I just feel like the urgency of it, but it will happen next. Maybe today or tomorrow.
Exactly. So the next one we've got is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So this kind of ties in with the anxiety.
I think for the longest time, like social media was making me feel a bit anxious, like posting about myself and all that. But I think recently, like doing this with Lauren has really helped me come out of my shell and expressing myself publicly. So like for me, it's overcoming that shyness, and also having the ability to express my opinion and feeling more confident about it, and also not really caring so much what people think, and just getting it out there. Is just jumping over that hoop for me. It's helped a lot in making me feel more comfortable just expressing in general, communicating to the public in general.
That's it, and it just shows doing those little steps. So you can do a big step, you can do little steps. For example, for me, I sometimes find it a bit anxiety inducing going out in the evening when it's dark, specifically winter. So it's more like I might take more walks around my local area. That would be a step to push myself. I might take a walk when it's dark, as an example. So it's just finding little ways to challenge yourself, just to push yourself out of that comfort zone. Because with anxiety, it can be hard, it can be very debilitating. So just find little ways you can push yourself each day. Maybe it's going to a coffee shop you don't normally go to. I don't know. It depends what your anxiety is around it. If it's social anxiety, if it's being around people, if it's a different type of anxiety. But just find a way where you can push yourself. If once a day is a bit too much, you can try it once a week. Just go at the pace that you're comfortable with. But I can guarantee you will find a difference with this.
Yes. I feel like with anxiety, mine is more like, I used to get worried about going into work the next day. It's worrying about the future, which hasn't happened yet. So I'm much more mindful of that fact that you don't know what's gonna happen the next day. So when I'm approaching work, like I've taken a few days off and I'm going back into work, I just remind myself that, work's going to be fine, don't know what's going to happen, give it your best shot.
That's it. That's the best way to approach it. Just do what's right for you, do your best, and that's all you can ask for. Don't try and think about the future, think what's going to happen, what could happen, what might happen. Just take it day by day, see what does happen. You'll probably be surprised.
That'll help you just stay in the moment, be more present as well. And you could take this mindfulness in other things in life as well. For example, one of the tips I found from an app I use called Calm, and basically there's like you can pick a sign or signal that helps to remind you to stay present. So for me, I picked rustling tree leaves and birds tweeting. And well, in Edinburgh there's an abundance of birds. So that's forever reminding me that when the birds tweet and the leaves are rustling, it's just like nice to kind of listen to nature, and that immediately reminds me like I'm here right now.
I mean, that can be an instant distress in itself, the sound of nature.
The sound of nature.
So that's a really good tip, especially if you're finding it difficult to be mindful. Using cues like that, I feel like that's a really practical tip to help you get into the habit. So the next tip we do have is planning me time. So this is imperative when it comes to stress and managing stress and anxiety. You don't want to burden yourself with lots of tasks that you need to do or anything like that, and then end up allocating time for everything but yourself. Let's be honest, everyone does it. We still do it, I still do it, etc. It's probably a journey that you'll get better at over time. Like, I am so bad for overcommitting myself, whether it be to work, different tasks, meeting people, etc. And then I'll just get really tired and really just kind of, I don't know, really anxious, maybe a bit upset, and then I'll be like, oh, it's because I haven't actually had time to do nothing. So it's finding maybe a way to daily incorporate that. So for me, I quite like my meditations. That's my kind of me time. Also yoga, I quite like yoga as well. That's me time for me. And sometimes literally just sitting in front of the TV and binging something.
I am the same. Used to get burnt out with just putting lots of projects together and try to do them all at once, but actually it's probably it's not as productive as well. You're not as efficient, and then I remember getting some sort of meltdown and feeling disappointed with myself because I felt like I didn't do enough. But if you think about it, you're probably more efficient if you pace yourself and prioritize what you need to do. So what I found was that, just like Lauren, I'm going to make some time for me. So that means that my well-being is good. So that means I can be more efficient in doing the task, doing things that I need to do.
That's it. And it's kind of giving yourself the best version of yourself to complete the tasks that need to be done, and you'll find them a lot more enjoyable. I highly recommend doing this, just because you won't see certain tasks as a chore. You'll be able to be more rested. I know once I've had a bit of a rest, I'm always like, okay, so cool, what can I do now? It's like just recognizing when you're getting burnt out. Like recently, I thought I could do videos, I could do Instagram, I could paint a fence, I could work full time 39 hours, I could then commit to more painting fences, do eBay. And I remember my boyfriend sitting there and being like, you're gonna get burnt out. I was like, haha, no I won't, just, you don't know me, it's fine. And sure enough, I got sunburned and I was like, right, okay, maybe I don't like painting fences, maybe I need to give something up. But I think society kind of makes you feel like you've got to be busy all the time, so it's kind of just releasing those pressures from yourself.
Slow down. I also have, in the past month or two, having a morning routine, because I used to run out of, like, before starting work, I would literally have 15 minutes to myself and then run out the door to see my first client, and that would make me feel just really rushed, flustered, and then, you know, I barely started my day. Haven't really. But with this morning routine, what I'm doing is I'm actually taking 5-10 minutes for myself on the mat to do a bit of yoga stretch. And when I'm doing yoga stretch, I'm really mindful of my breathing, and that relaxes my body too while doing the stretch and doing the breathing as well. And then I have a bit of breakfast, and then with the breakfast, I feel like I'm fueling my body, getting started for the day. And then when I'm walking out, I feel loads and loads better, and I feel like I'm powered up for what's to come for the rest of the day as well.
Exactly, it's starting the day right. So this kind of leads on to our last point, which is to give yourself a break. So don't overburden yourself with tasks, cut yourself some slack. Life can be difficult sometimes, it's a journey, you don't need to do everything at once. So just kind of appreciate that, take time out of your day to really appreciate and be grateful for what you have in your life. Just don't be so hard on yourself, really. That's essentially the point that we're honing in here.
Like for me, taking a break could be anything from not doing your mundane task, not seeing people, you're sitting in bed, putting the Netflix on. Having that just in the afternoon can make a world difference for your well-being, mentally and physically. Like obviously you don't have to sit in bed and do the Netflix thing. You could go out and have a walk alone, and if you prefer to be with people, arrange that. That's okay as well.
Exactly, it's really just finding what works for you and not feeling guilty for it, because guilt is such a powerful emotion and it's one we all feel. So just allocate that time if you have to, and just say, this is my time, this is my me time, and I'm gonna have it guilt-free, and don't give yourself a hard time.
Guilt is such a powerful negative energy. It can eat you up, but in the worst way. And if you can realize that you're doing something good for yourself, is actually nourishing you, I mean, in the long run, you're actually going to be, you can be more focused, you're going to be more mindful, and then you're going to actually pack more in the punches, so to speak, in whatever you do, because you've got that energy to do it.
Exactly. So we're going to leave it here for now, but I do really hope you enjoyed this video. We really enjoyed filming this one because it's one quite close to our hearts as well. We do post on Instagram daily, so we'll leave everything in the description below. We also post on our blog weekly, so definitely give us a follow there if you're enjoying our content. Of course, subscribe, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next video.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.